What is up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm out here walking along this road right here looking for a fishing spot. Over there's the lake. I'm out here at Hibernia Park fishing the beautiful and wonderful Chambers Lake. I fished here a couple times. I fished here with Fishing with Dan. It's the first one I have here. Actually, no, not the first one. One of the first ones. Stealing male bass from Fry's. Another video I have here. Yeah, I've been out here a couple times. I've been to this spot that I'm going to right now a few times. Haven't really caught fish over here. This time I'm out here just after a rainstorm. It's actually raining a little bit now. Actually, not just a rainstorm, it's been raining like all day. Or it rained all morning, to be exact. So there's a little bit of extra water down here. There's a line where it usually is right by the grass. This might actually be one of my hair bands. It's a little big to be my hair bands, but little big to be one of my hair bands, but it's the same like design as my hair bands. Anyway, that's not important. I'm out here fishing. Before I start fishing, I do want to talk about a little bit of something that's happening in the YouTube world. YouTube has done a deal where they're getting rid of hunting content pretty much, demonetizing it all. And I had plans to do a bunch of hunting this fall. So what I think I'm gonna do is make another channel for hunting stuff, because I don't want this channel to get tainted by stuff. Even though I'm not monetized yet, can't be demonetized yet, not even close. But like, it'll be a grind to get there if I ever get there. But I don't want it to be tainted and stuff. So if you want to watch hunting content, I guess go over there. I'll make a link. I haven't made the channel yet, but I guess that'll be the plan for now. Also, rainbow. Anyway, I'm gonna get to fishing. Stop chesty on and such. All right, enough messing around. Also, fish are waking out there. Right now I just put on a worm, classic motor oil worm, 7.5 inch, weightless. It's just what I had on the last time, and they work pretty well usually. I might change to a popper or something, because I don't know how cold the water is. Yeah, it's not warm, it's not cold either. It's like in between. I'm sure they'd hit top water, because it is like late summer and it's evening, right when they're firing up. There's fish jumping out there, probably bluegills. But where there's bluegills, there's bass, you know? Bass eat bluegills, I think. I think that's how it works. Where there's bluegills, there's bass. We'll go with that. I also brought a little Ned rig setup. I'm gonna throw a little bit of Ned rigging out there. There we go, that's a fish. Oh yeah, it's nice. Got a fight left in him. Oh yeah, that's a nice fish. Hold on. That's like a... I'm not gonna assume weights or lengths, but 16, 17 incher. I'm gonna say about 16. Sadly, my scale stopped working, so I can't use that. Fish. That was just way off. 14. Right. Had my expectations high for this fish. But you know, the fisherman's eye is never the best, so. That's a nice fish. Smells good. It's a good fish. For some reason, these ponds, they're extremely pressured, but they hold some pretty good fish. I threw right along this tree line over here. Caught him like right out there. If I was gonna catch a fish, that's where I was gonna catch it. Whew. These worms, these things are legit. If you get them in motor oil color, that's the best. That'll catch you some fish right there. Best that I've experienced anyway. Sure does feel good to catch a fish there. Nice big one. Big old chunky mama. I'm going to find a Ned rig trailer. This little guy. Stick that on my Ned rig thingy. Little Ned head with the little thingies to keep weeds out. Weed guards, I guess you could call them. There's like, look, right in there, there's little fish swimming around, harassing me. Is that a fish? I think I have a fish. No, it's just grass. Oh, that felt weird. Felt like I had a fish. I like to blame things on my rods. It's probably this rod. I'm gonna blame it on this rod. I guess when you pull this through grass, it's sort of like it's being bitten. It's this grass. There's so much grass out there. I need like a spinner bait or a, shoot, what are you using grass? Swim bait. This Ned rig's tripping me out. What is it? It's real. Oh, what? Look at that. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's the kind of sunset you just stare at. Oh man. If you're not fishing, you stare at that. Look at it on the lake. That is amazing. I've really been getting into my sunsets lately. Big sunset guy. Whenever I see a nice sunset, I just sit there, I look at it, and I'm like, whoa. That's a nice sunset. Oh, that was bluegill, probably, or bass. No, that was bluegill. Like I ate my bait off. See? So I went out. I think I was getting ready to go to the half, and I got a little too excited. I bought 12-inch worms. And how big are these ones? 10.5, 12-inch including the tail. So I got a little excited. I was at Cabela's and I saw them, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go and use some Ned heads. I'm gonna get myself some big old fish. Didn't really work out that well because they were kind of too heavy for my rod setups. Turns out you need a heavy rod and a heavy setup for something like that. I got bit on the one though, so I might have had a giant fish biting. That just wasn't quite big enough because it's the half pond. So that's the problem with going to Cabela's. You get a little too excited. You see something and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this. Because you see all the big fish they have in their tanks and you're like, surely there's a big fish like this in the pond that I'm going to fish. I could catch it with this giant worm. But chances are there's not. So I would not recommend buying giant worms like that if you're anywhere north of Nebraska. Probably shouldn't be getting worms like that. Down in Texas, Florida, that's where those worms should be fishing. Oh, there's the geese again. Came circling back around. Look at them go. Time to land. I'm gonna move to the next spot. Right here's what we got. Not much of a clearing. Just gonna take a couple casts. I'm moving on. Moving on from there, going to the next spot. It's getting dark. I bet the footage is grainy. Somebody remixed that. Did I miss the spot? Where's the other spot? Go on the road. See if I can find this spot. I don't remember having to come this far. No, it definitely wasn't this far out. There ain't gonna be any spot down there though. Now the geese are coming home, man. We got a whole nother flock of them. I can't see them, but I can hear them. Maybe it's just flooded. Maybe that's the issue. I don't think it would be though. Not that flooded anyway. Go back to the other spot, I guess. After wasting about 5 minutes, I'm back here at the other spot. I think I'm gonna tie on a top water. See how that works out for the rest of the 10 minutes or so that I have here. Papa time. Okay, weekly product review with me. Whoever made these poppers made it so the hooks are too close to this thing, so it gets tangled a ton. So whoever that was, do better next time. It actually came with this rod. So, Abu Garcia, I guess, do better next time. I might actually be stirring up a feeding frenzy out there with those bluegill. These geese too, these things are all over the place. Sheesh. Last cast. It's quite dark. Oh, that was a terrible cast though. Whatever, last cast. It's quite dark out here. There's a snapper out there. All right then. That'll do it. All right guys, that's it. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see hunting stuff, link in the description. As I said earlier at the start of the video, I'm gonna do all my hunting stuff there, fishing stuff over here, and it kind of sucks, but it's part of the game, you know, part of the grind. It is a grind. Voice crack. Anyway, what am I saying? Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As I always say, give her hoy. As I sometimes say fairly regularly, give her hoy, get her done. See ya.